Welcome, everyone. I'm truly grateful for the opportunity to speak with you today. We often hear the phrase success takes time, but the truth is success doesn't just take time, it takes consistent effort. It's easy to get motivated in the beginning, but the real challenge lies in maintaining that motivation and staying consistent especially when the initial excitement fades. Today, I want to talk to you about something that can make all the difference in your journey to success. The power of forcing yourself to be consistent. Consistency is what separates those who achieve their goals from those who give up halfway through. It's not about being perfect, it's about showing up day after day, putting in the work, even when it feels difficult or when the results aren't immediate. So whether you're working toward a personal goal, a professional milestone, or trying to improve yourself in any area, remember that consistency is the key. I'm excited to share with you how you can force yourself to stay consistent no matter the circumstances, and ultimately how that consistency will lead you to the success you desire. Consistency is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. It's the key to unlocking the full potential within you, the thing that will separate the ones who merely dream from the ones who achieve. So many of us have incredible ideas, big dreams, and powerful intentions, but without consistency, those dreams remain just that, dreams. The difference between success and failure isn't necessarily talent, intelligence, or even luck. It's the ability to stay on course when the world around you is constantly shifting, when obstacles are stacked against you, and when you feel like quitting is the easiest option. And the truth is, consistency is a muscle, one that must be trained, developed, and strengthened. It's easy to start something. The excitement and the motivation of a new beginning fuel us. But that fire doesn't always last, and when it fades, that's when consistency becomes critical. That's when the true battle begins. You have to force yourself to show up, even when you don't feel like it. You have to make yourself keep going, even when the results aren't immediate. Or you have to push yourself beyond the moments of discomfort, beyond the moments where you feel like giving up, beyond all distractions that want to pull you away from your goals. Consistency means doing the right things day after day, even when you don't see the immediate rewards. It means showing up when it's hard, when you're tired, when you're frustrated, when life gets in the way. It's about repeating the process, even when the initial excitement wears off, and continuing to grind, knowing that progress isn't always linear. Some days will be easier than others, and some will feel like you're moving backwards, but the truth is consistency. You are always moving forward, even if you don't feel it in the moment. Most people give up too soon. They don't see the results they expected, so they quit. And they start strong, but their motivation fades, and they allow distractions or negative emotions to take over. But the ones who make it, the ones who truly succeed, are the ones who don't quit. They keep pushing, even when they don't feel like it, they keep going. Even when the path seems unclear. And they force themselves to stay consistent, and through that consistency, they get closer to their goals every single day. And this is where the magic happens, the grind, the repetitions, the sacrifices, and the discomfort, it all adds up. A success is not an event. It's a process. And that process is made up of small, consistent actions done over time. You can't expect to wake up one day and magically be where you want to be without putting in the work, without forcing yourself to be consistent every single day. The truth is, no one cares about your potential. They care about your results. No one cares how hard you tried or how much effort you put into something if you don't deliver. And the only way to deliver consistently is to show up consistently. Consistency requires discipline. It's not always about motivation, because motivation can be fleeting. It's about developing habits that keep you moving, even when motivation is absent. Discipline means doing what needs to be done, even if you don't feel like it. It means waking up early, staying up late, making sacrifices, and staying on track even when it's hard. It's not glamorous, it's not easy. And it's certainly not always fun, but it's effective. Discipline forces you to stay in the game long enough to gracefully experience the results that others miss out on because they're too quick to quit. You've heard it before, success doesn't come overnight, It comes from small, consistent actions compounded over time. The early mornings, the late nights, the dedication to the process. Those are the things that will get you where you want to go. And you can't rely on external factors to keep you consistent. It has to come from within. You have to make a commitment to yourself that you will stay the course no matter what. Or no matter how hard it gets, no matter how many times you fail, no matter how many obstacles are thrown your way. You will keep moving forward because you know that every step you take, no matter how small, is progress. Consistency also builds momentum. It's the snowball effect. At first, it may feel like nothing is happening. Now, you may put in the work and not see any immediate changes, but trust me, over time, that small effort begins to compound. And one day, you'll look back and realize that the consistency you committed to in the beginning has led to exponential growth. Success builds on itself. The more consistent you are, the more momentum you generate, and the easier it becomes to keep going. It becomes less about motivation and more about habit. You won't have to force yourself to do it anymore. It will become second nature. On the road to success is not an easy one. It's filled with challenges, setbacks, and obstacles that can derail you. But it's in those moments of difficulty that consistency matters the most. When things aren't going the way you want, when you feel like everything is falling apart, that's when you need to be the most consistent. That's when your commitment to the process will separate you from the rest. The most successful people in the world didn't get there by quitting when things got hard. They got there because they stayed consistent when the going got tough. They stayed in the game, even when the odds were stacked against them. They forced themselves to keep going, to keep moving forward, and to stay committed to the goal, even when it seemed impossible. But here's the thing, consistency doesn't mean mindlessly going through the motions. It doesn't mean showing up just for the sake of showing up. It means giving your best effort every single time, no matter how small the task. It means pushing yourself to improve even when it feels like there's no immediate reward. It's about being present, being focused, and being intentional with your actions. And consistency is about doing the right things over and over again with purpose and passion. And while consistency is crucial for success, it's also necessary for personal growth. Every time you push yourself to show up, to put in the work, to continue driving, you're building your character. You're building mental toughness, resilience, and strength. You're learning how to handle failure, how to push through challenges, and how to keep going when the world tells you to stop. And consistency isn't just about achieving your goals. It's about becoming the person you need to be to reach those goals. It's about the growth that happens inside of you as you commit to the process, the discipline, and the journey. So I challenge you today to look at your goals, your dreams, and your aspirations and ask yourself, are you being consistent? Are you showing up every day, putting in the work and forcing yourself to stay on track? Are you willing to keep going, even when it gets tough? Because the only way to make your dreams a reality is to force yourself to stay consistent. The road won't always be smooth, but the destination is worth it. So keep going. Stay focused. Show up, even when it's hard. And never, ever give up. Your consistency will pay off. It will lead you to success you've been dreaming of, and it will build a stronger, better version of you along the way. It's the time to take control of your future. Commit to the grind. Force yourself to be consistent even when it feels impossible. The results will come, and when they do, you'll look back and realize that your consistency was the key that unlocked your success. Consistency is the foundation of all success, both in personal growth and achievement. It's not the bursts of effort or moments of inspiration that make the difference. It's the ability to show up day after day after motivation fades. People often start with enthusiasm, but it's the ability to stay consistent, to keep pushing forward despite challenges, that separates the successful from the unsuccessful. Consistency transforms dreams into reality because it ensures that progress is being made consistently, even when the path seems long or the rewards aren't immediate. When you commit to consistency, you make a decision to invest in the process, knowing that small efforts add up over time. Well, it may not feel like much in the short term, but every consistent action builds momentum that leads to greater results. Think of consistency as a snowball effect. At first, it's small and slow, But as you continue, the results multiply and progress becomes more significant. Without consistency, even the greatest talents or ideas will fall short because success requires a long-term commitment to the work, not just a few isolated moments of brilliance. The power of consistency also lies in its ability to build trust in yourself. When you stick to a plan and follow through, you reinforce your belief in your own ability to achieve your goals. It is a form of self-discipline where the habit of doing the work, even when you don't feel like it, strengthens your resilience. Every time you stay consistent, you prove to yourself that you are capable of handling challenges and staying the course. This builds mental toughness, and over time it becomes easier to keep going no matter the obstacles in your way. In the end, consistency is what turns intention into reality. It's easy to get excited about a new project or goal, but what truly matters is how long you can maintain the effort. It's the persistence, the daily commitment, and the continuous work that leads to lasting success. And the most successful people don't just rely on talent or luck, they rely on the power of consistency. They understand that the key to achieving anything worthwhile is not starting strong, but staying strong, showing up every day, and trusting that their efforts will pay off in the end. The power of consistency lies in its ability to transform ordinary actions into extraordinary results. It's not about doing something once and expecting success. It's about repeating that action day after day with a mindset focused on long-term growth. When you stay consistent, you create a foundation of habits that will compound over time, leading to improvements you might not immediately notice. Success doesn't come from occasional effort. It comes from a consistent application of hard work, determination, and focus over time. This persistent effort builds momentum. Soon, what once seemed difficult becomes second nature. Consistency also allows you to build resilience. Life is filled with distractions, setbacks, and obstacles, and it's easy to get discouraged when things don't go as planned. However, those who rely on consistency know that challenges are part of the journey, not a reason to give up. By staying consistent, you develop the mental toughness to push through difficulties and maintain progress regardless of the situation. Consistency isn't just about showing up. It's about showing up in the face of adversity and continuing to give your best effort no matter the circumstances. Another powerful aspect of consistency is how it creates trust both in yourself and from others. When you consistently show up and perform, you prove to yourself that you're capable of achieving your goals. Over time, this reinforces a belief in your own abilities, building self-confidence. Others also begin to trust you because they can see that you are dependable and committed to your work. This trust, both internal and external, fuels further progress and success, as it encourages greater opportunities, collaborations, and the strength to continue pushing forward. Ultimately, the power of consistency lies in its ability to turn ordinary actions into extraordinary outcomes. It's the small, seemingly insignificant steps that add up to monumental success. While many people focus on short bursts of energy or quick fixes, the truly successful understand that consistency is the key to lasting achievement. By committing to consistent effort, you build the discipline and resilience necessary to succeed no matter how long or challenging the journey may be. Over time, this dedication pays off in ways that are both visible and transformative, propelling you toward your goals and shaping the person you become along the way. Consistency is often compared to a muscle because, like any muscle in your body, grows stronger the more you use it. At first, it might feel difficult or unnatural to maintain regular effort in the pursuit of a goal, much like trying to lift a heavy weight when you're not used to it. However, as you continue to push through, the discomfort starts to ease, and what was once hard becomes easier. And the more you practice consistency, the more it becomes ingrained in your routine, and the stronger your ability to stay committed becomes. Over time, the muscle of consistency becomes second nature, enabling you to maintain focus and effort with less mental strain. Just as you would train your body to lift heavier weights gradually, you must also build your consistency step by step. At first, it might be easy to fall off track or lose motivation, but by continuously showing up and doing the work, you develop the discipline to keep going even when it's hard. Like any muscle, consistency needs rest and care, meaning that you don't always have to work at full intensity. And there will be moments when you need to step back and recharge, but consistency ensures that you return to the task with a renewed commitment, ready to continue where you left off. Like training your muscles, consistency requires patience. It doesn't happen overnight, and the results aren't always immediately visible. There will be times when it feels like you're not making progress, but the consistent efforts you make, day in and day out, are building a foundation that will eventually lead to noticeable growth. When you push through the early stages of discomfort and keep showing up, you begin to see the compounding effects of your effort. As your consistency becomes more habitual, it allows you to keep moving forward without overthinking or losing focus. Ultimately, just as a well-trained muscle grows stronger with use, your ability to remain consistent will become one of your greatest strengths. The more you practice consistency, the less you'll have to force yourself to stay on track. It becomes part of your identity, a natural part of who you are. And soon it will be something you rely on in every area of your life. As you build the muscle of consistency, you set yourself up for long-term success, knowing that strength to achieve your goals lies in your ability to consistently show up and put in the work. Discipline is far more powerful than motivation when it comes to achieving long-term success. Motivation can be a fleeting feeling sparked by inspiration or external events, but it doesn't last. It's easy to be motivated when things are going well or when you feel excited about a new project. However, motivation can quickly fade when obstacles arise or when the novelty of a task wears off. Discipline, on the other hand, is a consistent commitment to show up and do the work, regardless of how you feel in the moment. Discipline is the practice of pushing through even when motivation is absent, ensuring that you continue working toward your goals without relying on emotional highs. The difference between discipline and motivation is that discipline builds long-term habits and structures that support your progress. When you create disciplined routines and systems, you remove the need to constantly wait for motivation to strike. Discipline helps you develop the mindset to keep going. It gets tougher when you don't feel like putting in the work. It turns actions into habits, making success inevitable because you're consistently moving toward your goal, even when motivation might not be there to drive you forward. Discipline allows you to keep showing up and making progress, no matter the circumstances. Another reason why discipline is superior to motivation is that it fosters a sense of responsibility and accountability. When you rely solely on motivation, you're at the mercy of your emotions, and you might skip important tasks or procrastinate when you don't feel like doing them. Discipline requires you to stick to your commitments, whether you're in the mood to work or not. It's about taking responsibility for your goals and ensuring that you're making the effort needed to reach them, even when there's no external push to do so. With discipline, you become the driver of your own success, not a passenger waiting for motivation to take you where you want to go. In the long run, it's discipline that separates those who achieve their goals from those who. Motivation may get you started, but discipline will keep you going. Life doesn't always give you a surge of motivation, but discipline ensures that you're prepared to face the challenges ahead, stay focused, and do what needs to be done. When you choose discipline over motivation, you're not relying on temporary feelings to guide your actions and shows. You're choosing to be consistent, to build habits that lead to success, and to keep working toward your goals no matter what. Discipline is the key to turning your ambitions into reality, even when motivation fades away. Small actions may seem insignificant on their own, but when performed consistently over time, they have the power to lead to extraordinary results. Every large accomplishment starts with a single step, and success doesn't happen overnight. It's the daily, often overlooked actions that build a foundation for long-term achievements. Whether it's reading for 10 minutes each day, working out for 30 minutes, or writing a poem, while the immediate impact may not seem noticeable, the compound effect of these consistent actions gradually propels you toward your bigger goals. When you focus on small actions, you take the pressure off needing to make massive changes all at once. Instead of becoming overwhelmed by the idea of doing everything at once, you break it down into manageable steps. This approach makes it easier to stay motivated and focused because the tasks feel achievable. Over time, as you consistently repeat these small actions, they become habits, ingraining a mindset of persistence and progress. The key is to make these small actions a part of your daily routine, trusting that their cumulative effect will lead you to greater outcomes. It's easy to get discouraged when you're not seeing immediate results from small efforts, but it's important to remember that consistency is the key. Think of a plant growing. You may not notice the changes day by day, but over time it begins to grow into something larger and stronger. Similarly, the small actions you take today are laying the groundwork for future success. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is often the ability to keep going with these small actions, even when progress is slow or hard to see. Patience is required, but the payoff comes when those small steps begin to accumulate and create noticeable progress. And the power of small actions is that they allow you to make steady, incremental progress toward your goals without overwhelming yourself. They keep you focused on the process rather than the outcome, which helps maintain your momentum. Over time, these small actions lead to big results because they compound upon each other, building habits, skills, and knowledge that move you closer to your larger aspirations. If you remain consistent and committed, those small actions will add up, eventually leading to success that might have once seemed unattainable. And one of the biggest mistakes people make when pursuing their goals is quitting too soon. In the early stages of any venture, it's easy to feel disheartened when results don't come immediately or when obstacles arise. The journey often feels harder than expected, and the temptation to give up becomes overwhelming. However, true success is rarely achieved in a straight line. The initial struggles are part of the process, and the key is to keep going even when progress seems slow or uncertain. Those who quit too soon never give themselves a chance to experience the breakthroughs that often come right after the hardest times. The feeling of wanting to quit is natural, especially when you encounter failure or face challenges. It's in those moments that many give in, not realizing that their success could be just beyond the next hurdle. The discomfort you feel when things aren't working is often a sign that growth is happening, even if it's not immediately visible. The difference between those who succeed and those who give up is the ability to push through in those hard moments, knowing that perseverance is the only way to overcome them. Each time you decide not to quit, you're strengthening your resolve and building resilience. When you quit too soon, you deprive yourself of the opportunity to learn from failure. Success is not about avoiding challenges. It's about learning to navigate them and using those experiences to improve. Quit prematurely means missing the lessons that could have been gained from overcoming difficulties. These lessons are often the stepping stones to greater achievements. The most successful people are those who can weather the storm, pick themselves up after setbacks, and continue moving forward with even more determination than before. It's crucial to remind yourself that every goal worth achieving comes with a set of challenges. Success isn't about avoiding the tough moments. It's about enduring through them and staying committed to the process. I don't quit too soon because the most meaningful achievements often come after the most difficult times. The work you put in, the persistence you show, and the resilience you build will eventually pay off. Stay the course even when the results aren't immediate, and trust that the efforts you make today will lead to the success you desire in the future. Consistency is the key to building momentum in any endeavor. When you commit to showing up every day, putting in the effort, and staying on track, you start to create a cycle of continuous progress. At first, the results may be small and barely noticeable, but over time, these consistent actions compound and gradually build momentum. The more you keep working, the easier it becomes to maintain that rhythm, and what once seemed like a difficult task starts to feel more natural. Each action you take, no matter how small, adds fuel to the fire, and the momentum you create pushes you forward, even when motivation wanes. Building momentum requires patience and persistence. In the beginning, it might feel like you're not getting anywhere, and the effort might seem disproportionate to the results. However, consistency has a way of turning the tide. The key is to stay committed to the process, even when it seems like nothing is changing. As you keep showing up, the momentum begins to build, and you'll start to see things shift. It's in this process that you learn that success doesn't come from giant leaps, but from small, consistent steps that, when combined, lead to big results. Once momentum starts to take hold, it becomes a powerful force that propels you forward. What was once hard or intimidating starts to feel more effortless. The initial resistance fades as the momentum you've built carries you through, making it easier to keep going. You begin to trust the process, knowing that the work you've put in will eventually pay off. Momentum creates a positive feedback loop, where your consistency not only yields results, but also fuels your desire to continue. The more progress you see, the more motivated you become to keep pushing forward. Ultimately, consistency builds momentum by establishing a steady pace of work and allowing progress to build over time. It's not about rushing toward the finish line, but about maintaining a steady rhythm that leads to lasting change. Once momentum is in motion, it becomes a force that's difficult to stop. The power of consistency lies in its ability to create that momentum which carries you through even the toughest moments. By committing to consistency, you ensure that you are always moving forward, building the momentum needed to achieve your goals. Failure is an inevitable part of any journey towards success. It's often viewed negatively, but in reality, failure is a crucial step in the process of growth. When you try something new or take on a big challenge, things won't always go as planned, and setbacks will occur. However, these failures aren't the end of the road. They are opportunities for learning and improvement. Each time you fail, you gain insight into what doesn't work, which helps you refine your approach and build resilience. Embracing failure as part of the process allows you to stay motivated and keep moving forward, knowing that it's simply a stepping stone toward achieving your goals. Failure also provides valuable lessons that can't be learned through success alone. When things go wrong, it forces you to analyze your decisions, actions, and strategies. In these moments that you often discover your weaknesses, flaws, and areas for improvement. Rather than being discouraged by failure, it's important to view it as feedback that you can use to adjust your mindset, tactics, and approach. The greatest successes often come from learning how to navigate and overcome failure, using those lessons to propel yourself to greater achievements in the future. In many cases, failure builds resilience and mental toughness. When things don't go as planned, it's easy to feel defeated or want to quit. However, those who push through failure and continue working toward their goals develop a stronger mindset. They learn that failure doesn't define them or their potential, but rather serves as a challenge to overcome. By embracing failure and staying committed, you build the emotional strength to handle future setbacks, knowing that each one brings you closer to success. Resilience is built through failure, and the more you fail and continue, the more you strengthen your resolve. Ultimately, failure is not something to fear, but something to accept as part of the natural process of achieving success. Without failure, there would be no growth, no learning, and no improvement. Every great achievement is preceded by a series of failures that ultimately shape the journey towards success. By understanding that failure is a necessary and valuable part of the process, you free yourself from the fear of it and give yourself permission to fail forward. Instead of letting failure stop you, let it fuel your growth and help you become better, stronger, and more prepared for the next step on your path. Consistency with purpose is about aligning your actions with a clear, meaningful goal. While consistency on its own is important, it becomes truly powerful when it's driven by a deeper sense of purpose. Without purpose, consistency can become mechanical, leading to burnout or a lack of motivation. When you have a clear vision of why you're working towards something, each consistent action you take feels more intentional and meaningful. Our purpose fuels the persistence to keep going, even when obstacles arise, because you know exactly what you're working for. The consistency in your actions is not just a routine, it becomes a conscious effort toward fulfilling something greater than just completing tasks. Having purpose behind your consistency also helps you stay focused and prioritize what matters most. In a world full of distractions, it's easy to lose sight of your goals, but when your actions are rooted in purpose, it becomes easier to filter out the noise and stay on course. Purpose acts as a guide, directing your energy toward the task that will bring you closer to your goal, while helping you avoid wasted efforts on things that don't align with your vision. Consistency with purpose means that every step you take is a step towards something meaningful, and that creates a sense of fulfillment in the journey itself. Another advantage of consistency with purpose is that it helps you maintain motivation over the long term. It's easy to get excited and start strong, but without purpose, motivation can quickly fade. However, when your actions are aligned with your deeper values and goals, motivation doesn't need to be external, it comes from within. The clarity of your purpose gives you the drive to keep going, even when the initial excitement wears off. It reminds you why you started in the first place and encourages you to push through challenges, knowing that every effort counts towards something important. Ultimately, consistency with purpose is about creating a powerful synergy between your actions and your goals. When your efforts are purposeful, consistency becomes sustainable, not just a temporary push. The more aligned you are with your purpose, the more energy and focus you can dedicate to consistently moving towards your goals. With purpose at the center of your consistency, you can weather setbacks and stay committed over time, knowing that each small step is part of a greater journey towards something meaningfully significant. Personal growth through consistency is about the gradual transformation that happens when you commit to continuous improvement. It's easy to expect instant results, but true growth comes through the consistent application of effort over time. Each small step you take, whether it's learning something new, improving a skill, or building a healthy habit, contributes to your overall development. The process is slow and sometimes imperceptible in the moment, but over time, you look back and realize how far you've come. The beauty of consistency is that it turns what seems like insignificant actions into meaningful changes that compound into lasting growth. When you make consistency a part of your routine, you are reinforcing the mindset that improvement is possible and that you are capable of evolving. As you show up every day, doing the work even when motivation fades, you begin to develop resilience and discipline. These qualities, built through consistent effort, help you navigate life's challenges with greater ease. Personal growth isn't just about achieving external success. It's about the internal transformation that occurs as you learn to be more persistent, adaptable, and focused. Each time you push through difficulties, you build mental strength that enhances every area of your life. The key to personal growth through consistency is also in the process of self-discovery. When you consistently work towards your goals, you start to learn more about your strengths, weaknesses, and what drives you. You gain a deeper understanding of your capabilities, and this awareness becomes a powerful tool for growth. Through consistency, you begin to push past your comfort zone, and as you do, you uncover new aspects of yourself. You start to realize that you are capable of achieving more than you ever thought possible. And this newfound belief in yourself propels you to keep moving forward. But consistency not only accelerates personal growth, but it also makes it sustainable. Growth doesn't happen in sporadic bursts, but through the steady, ongoing commitment to improvement. It's the consistency of showing up every day, even when progress seems slow, that leads to lasting transformation. Over time, the effort you put in compounds, resulting in exponential growth. By making personal growth a consistent part of your life, you ensure that you are always evolving, learning, and improving, which allows you to reach your full potential. Committing to the process is about fully dedicating yourself to the journey, regardless of the obstacles you may encounter along the way. It's easy to get caught up in the end result, wanting immediate success or recognition. However, true progress comes from embracing the work required to get there. The process is often filled with setbacks, challenges, and moments of doubt. But it's those very moments that shape your character and determination. When you commit to the process, you shift your focus from the destination to the steps you need to take each day to improve and grow. You trust that consistent effort will eventually lead to the success you desire, even if it takes longer than expected. Committing to the process means understanding that success is not a straight line. It's filled with twists, turns, and unexpected detours. Instead of getting discouraged when things don't go according to plan, you accept that these bumps are part of the journey. You realize that each setback is a learning experience, a chance to refine your approach and grow stronger. The process is where you learn the most about yourself, your resilience, your work ethic, and your ability to overcome challenges. When you commit to this ongoing process, you begin to develop the mindset that every difficulty is just another step towards your ultimate goal. By committing to the process, you also learn to enjoy the journey rather than just focusing on the outcome. The more you immerse yourself in the work, the more fulfilling the journey becomes. You begin to appreciate the small victories along the way, whether it's mastering a skill, gaining new knowledge, silence of passion, or as a limitation. These small wins add up, giving you a sense of accomplishment and progress, which fuels your motivation to continue. When you commit to the process, you develop a deeper connection to your goals because you're engaging with them on a daily basis. Success becomes a byproduct of the dedication and discipline you put into the process. Ultimately, committing to the process allows you to grow in ways you can't foresee. It's about trusting the long-term results rather than seeking instant gratification. Through consistent effort, you'll find that the process shapes you in ways that will lead to more lasting success than rushing toward a quick result ever could. The commitment you make to the process is what lays the foundation for future accomplishments. It's in the day-to-day dedication that you find your true potential and prepare yourself for the success that will follow. Your consistency will eventually pay off, even if the rewards aren't immediately visible. When you commit to showing up and doing the work day in and day out, it may seem like little progress is being made. However, the key to success lies in the small, consistent actions that compound over time. Each day that you put in effort, no matter how small, contributes to your long-term growth. The true power of consistency is that it works silently behind the scenes, gradually building momentum that leads to breakthroughs. While others may give up along the way, your consistent efforts will set you apart and lay the foundation for the success you're aiming for. The results of your consistency may not come right away, and that can be frustrating. It's easy to feel discouraged when the outcomes don't match the effort you've been putting in. But consistency is a long-term game, and it's in the moments of doubt and struggle that you often make the most progress. Those who stay consistent through challenges and setbacks build a stronger foundation for their future success. Each day spent consistently working towards your goals is an investment that eventually pays dividends. It's the patience in the process that turns the small, everyday actions into significant results. Your consistency will also help you develop skills and habits that will serve you far beyond the goal you're currently working toward. The discipline and persistence you cultivate by sticking to a routine will become ingrained in who you are. These qualities will continue to drive you toward success in all areas of life. As you consistently put in the effort, you'll become better equipped to handle future challenges, and your confidence will grow. And the habits you form through consistency are long-lasting and will serve as building blocks for even greater achievements in the future. In the end, your consistency will pay off not just in the results you achieve, but in the person you become along the way. The process of showing up, putting in the work, and staying committed molds you into someone who is capable of achieving great things. Success isn't a matter of luck or fleeting motivation. It's about consistency. And the rewards that come from it are not only in the form of achievements, but also in the strength, resilience, and growth you experience as a result of your efforts. Keep going and trust that your consistent efforts will lead you to where you want to be. In conclusion, consistency is not just the key to success, it is the foundation upon which all growth and achievement are built. The journey to reaching your goals is rarely easy or quick, but through consistent effort, you will create the momentum necessary to overcome challenges and turn dreams into reality. It's not about having the perfect plan or instant results, but about showing up every day with dedication and persistence, no matter the obstacles. Through consistency, you develop not only the skills and habits needed to succeed, but also the resilience to keep going even when things get tough. I remember success is the result of many small, consistent actions compounded over time. So commit to the process, trust in your ability to grow, and never underestimate the power of staying consistent. And your efforts will pay off in ways you cannot yet imagine, shaping you into the person capable of achieving everything you desire. Thank you for taking the time to engage with this speech with the way it has inspired you to embrace the power of the consistency and commit to the process of personal growth and success. Remember, every step you take, no matter how small, brings you closer to your goals. Stay consistent, stay focused, and keep pushing forward. Goodbye for now, and I wish you all the best on your journey. Keep striving for greatness and know that your efforts will pay off in the end. Take care.